Hey, it's me, Rob Mahoney, and welcome to my horror life. This is an episode I'm going to call Rebirth. So, a little bit over like 4 or 5 days ago, I came to you and said that a movie called Red Summer Massacre has folded up and has closed production. Well, I'm back to say that things may be on the rise again. Nothing official has been posted, but looks like Red Summer Massacre might get a rebirth. And the director wanted to thank a whole bunch of people who, at first, it looked like the horror community was turning on everybody, but because of some really brave people and some people who said that this is not right, Red Summer Massacre is going to make a comeback. Like I said, nothing official, but I feel it. I feel that this is the horror community has spoken, and they want to see this movie. I want to see this movie, and I know the director wanted to do his thank yous to people, but I want to do some of my own thank yous. First of all, I want to thank Josh Grace for being very, very brave. Very brave to taking on doing this again, because I know it crushed him. I know it crushed him to make the decision he did. But I also want to thank Mia Moon. She was brave and put herself out there on the line. And she didn't care. But she did it for people that she loved. For the industry she loved. And for that, there's no braver stand that she could have taken. Because she said it herself. She was jeopardizing friendships. She was jeopardizing future roles. But she was brave enough to say, what's right is right. And I have to speak my mind, and I have to let people know how I feel. So Mia, much love. I also want to thank not only Josh, but Zach Bryant for reaching out to me, thanking me for the bravery that I shown. I'm small in this whole field. You guys are the real makers. I'm just a helper. But you guys came to me and said, thank you for your dedication and your persistence on promoting this. That meant a lot to me. That saved me from leaving the community, because I was, just like a lot of people, I was about to leave the community too over this whole thing. I also want to thank Noelle Barker, because Noelle had her name dragged through the mud through this, just like all of us did, and she was strong enough to stay in this game where she was about to leave. I want to thank Jimmy Presley for being strong for all of us, because there was a time I was gonna leave, and I was shunning people. I wasn't answering people. And it wasn't you. It was my heartbreak. It was my crush, and that's why I think a lot of people are brave through this whole thing. I want to thank the remaining cast and crew for sticking with this. For the backers who clamor for this. Thank all the other promoters that worked on this who are still game to helping this out. I want to thank just everybody in the car community who messaged either Josh or Zach or Noelle or me for that fact, or anyone in the casting crew for backing Mia in her bold statement. Thank everybody for that. This is what the horror community really is about. It's a bond that cannot be broken. I want to thank, and people are probably saying, why are you thinking? It's like, this is not your movie. True, it's not my movie, but horror is my life. That's why I call this show my horror life. Because whether I love a movie or I'm not a big fan of a movie, notice I didn't say hate. I never say hate a movie. Whether I love a movie or like it a little bit or even just not my cup of tea. This is all of us. This is all of us. Not just slashers. All the subgenres. Thrillers. Suspense. This is all of us, guys. We're all family. I'm so proud to be a fan of horror. You don't hear that very much. You hear people say, I'm a fan of this and that, but we were always considered the outcasts, weren't we? Oh, that guy must be weird because he likes horror movies. You know what? If liking horror movies makes me weird, I'll take that all day long, guys. The women in this industry, the guys in this industry, everyone from the director all the way down to the caterer, everybody in between, the actors, actresses, the producers, the directors, the editors, the writers, the extras. We're one big family. A family that cannot be broken. Rock and roll never dies. It just goes to hell. But in this case, it's rising up from hell. And we're gonna make one fucking great movie. I love you guys. Now, not only do I want to talk about Red Summer Massacre, I also, on one of my last videos, I promised to do either a review or a shout out to a past horror movie. And my friend Jimmy Presley caught me off guard with one. 1981, The Funhouse. Honestly, it's been 20-something years since I've seen The Funhouse. I remember enjoying it. I remember it did have some cheese in it, cheesy acting. 4 kids spend the night in a funhouse, and a deranged figure with the Frankenstein mask. That's pretty much what I remember. I remember it had some thrills. It was directed by Tobe Hooper. I did remember it was 1981, so that was pretty good. Honestly, besides that, so instead of doing a full review, because that wouldn't be fair to the movie, I'm just going to give a shout out. And I'm going to put the link down below for the trailer. And I might have to order this now. I might have to go into Amazon or eBay and order this so I can do a full review. But today's episode of My Horror Life is brought to you by 1981's The Funhouse, directed by Tobe Hooper. So, if you love movies like that, I'm a big Tobe Hooper fan too. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Eaten Alive. Yes, great So, but I just want to say, you guys, I love you guys. And on a future episode, I'm gonna mention never hike alone in the snow. I just saw a very first picture, and it was pretty cool seeing snow behind Jason. So I'm gonna have to touch on that because everybody who knows me knows I'm a huge fan of Never Hike Alone. That was the movie that gave me hope and the independent scene again. Big shout out to Vincent DeSanti, by the way, the creator of that. I also gonna talk about another independent movie called The Victim No More. Director Bobby Heckman and producer Noelle Berger. There's that name again. You'll be hearing that name a lot, by the way, in the industry. Noelle Berger. I told her I want the first autograph. Yep. I'm bringing you a great movie. It's still in Indiegogo stage right now at 73%, I believe. And get on board with this one, guys. It's going to be one hell of a joyride. Also, other movies, Shriek Show. Once again, there's that name again, Noelle Berger. And she's, I believe, a producer, I want to say. Anyways, Shriek Show, there's parallels. And the indie scene right now, guys, is kicking. It's kicking. This is where horror's at right now, because Hollywood still makes horrors, but I think they're losing their touch. This is where the independent films and the fan films are going to come into play, keeping horror alive. Love you guys so much. You're my horror family, my brothers, my sisters of horror. And you know what? We can only do this together. Without the toxicity. Once again, I just have to give one more shout out to Mia Moon. Bar none, the bravest thing I've ever seen anyone do. Bravest. Kudos. Kudos to you. You said that this was gonna make or break you. You said that I was gonna lose friends and I was gonna lose parts. I think you're wrong. I think people are gonna see how brave you were, and they're gonna say, this is someone I want on my project. And I would be so honored just to work with you again. You fight, girl. Josh, super brave statement you made. It was one of the hardest things you ever had to do. But you know what? Sometimes when something you think dies, it comes back stronger than it was before. And this is what the Red Summer Massacre is going to do. It's going to come back stronger than it was before. With stronger people. Without the toxicity. So kudos to you, my brother. Zach, when you messaged me that day and you told me how much you appreciate the work I did, you and Noelle, Jimmy, all that, Bobby Heckman, all you guys saved me from throwing away the one thing I love the most. Horror movies. But because of your strength, I'm still here. I'm still kicking. And on a final note, let's go make one motherfucking hell of a movie. Horror movies for life. Much love, my horror family. Remember, click the subscribe button down below. I had somebody ask me, how do I subscribe? Watch this video down below. There's a little button that says my name. Next to it, it says subscribe. Hit subscribe. Then you'll see a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Please don't hit thumbs down. Hit thumbs up. Then on the right side, there'll be a little bell. Click on that bell and it says all. Click all. That way when you subscribe, you'll be getting all these footages, all these videos, anything I drop. So, my two main shows is this one and my daily day. My daily day reflects on the things I do outside of here. My real life, my health. My horror life reflects on this. My one true love. Horror movies. By the way, I don't think anybody's seen this yet. My Hellraiser shirt. That's how much I love horror. I wear it. I wear it to represent who I am. My name is Rob Mahoney. And I love horror movies. Always have. Always will. Thank you for watching my horror life.